In the 70s, the Cowboys had all kinds of legendary personalities. That's a part of what made them America's team.
You know, when I've got a little extra time on my hands, I like to do things I really enjoy, like roping.
The 70s was considered the personality era for the entire league.
And I guess you wonder why I call it the beautiful Harvey Martin show today.
The most iconic of these legendary mythical players was Hollywood Henderson, at least in my opinion.
You have to be kind of conservative at it, Ray, because it's really not worth it. I have a better contract with the Dallas Cowboys and to jeopardize my career out here. Although I give them a good picture, whenever the ball is snapped, I'm playing with a lot of intensity, but I'm not doing anything extra. I will find the camera, though,
He hung out with all of your favorite Hollywood celebrities.
Is that your eventual goal after football, is to go into acting?
Well, not so much acting, just anything that's successful and makes six figures.
Got high on the sidelines in the Super Bowl.
Hollywood Henderson.
World champion, Dallas.
He owned nightclubs in the 70s that shut down the entire city. Hollywood was one of the first athletes to wear a different shoe on the football field because of style and endorsements. There's another storyline behind that for another video. But what made him really stand out was his athleticism. His speed and tenacity were something the league had never seen before. There were no linebackers running kickoff returns for touchdowns. They definitely weren't doing this. Henderson was the Cowboys' first-round draft pick in 1975. The pick made him an instant hit in Dallas, Texas. He was 6'2" and wore 220 pounds. He ran a 9.4 or a 9.5 in the 100-yard dash. As an athlete, Hollywood could do everything. He wasn't a third down linebacker who was only in for passing situations. Hollywood played in the trenches, but he had the tenacity and the strength to get away with it. His unusual quickness allowed him to dodge blockers and attack the running back with aggression. Look at how he grabs the blocker here. But watch his leverage. His power is coming from his lower body. That's how he's able to shed with so much power and balance. But what I was more impressed by was how he finished the play with violence and aggressiveness.
Pitches to Bell. Bell really popped at the 30-yard line, and the penalty marker went down at just a 10-2.
He didn't leave anything undone. He completed the process. Hollywood's ability to drop back and disrupt passing lanes is what made him one of the most unique linebackers of his era.
Harris and Thomas Henderson.
Just his defense in the passing game itself.
To Wayne Morris, and he took his eye off the ball for a very good reason.
They say perhaps that the guy who made that interception, Thomas Henderson, is the best all-around athlete on the Dallas squad.
He can make a ukulele sound like a string guitar.
Can he?
6'2", 220 pounds that could check skill positions like halfbacks along the sidelines was crazy. Here Henderson is in his own defense. The Cardinals sends out a back on what looks like a wheel route up the sidelines. Now look at the distance Hollywood has here. The distance of Hollywood is a little bit far. So naturally, Hart thought that he could get the ball to go on a line without floating it over the top. Bad move. Hart underestimated Henderson's speed. Watch how Henderson closes in and almost intercepted this pass. His range was phenomenal. Look at that standstill picture, just phenomenal.
Get it past him, and he decides to zip it instead of lob it. And Henderson gets somehow over there and almost picks it off.
Hollywood is initially in zone coverage. Notice how he doesn't leave his area. He's protecting his lane. But look at the explosiveness coming off the ball and how he attacked the running back. He stayed disciplined enough to hold lane integrity. And once the ball was thrown, he also had the speed and the explosive ability to attack it.
NFL last year, third against the pass, second against the rush. Look out, hit. Too tall. Makes Kirkland throw it high, and that gave the defensive area, led by Tom Henderson, a chance to get to McCauley before he could get to the ball. Honestly.
Look where Henderson is lined up. His job is to contain the outside. In other words, he cannot allow the running back to get around him. A lot of times outside linebackers in this position will over pursue a play and lose all containment on the back end, giving a running back free leverage. Watch what happens when he notices that the back is not coming his way. He quickly sidesteps the blocker. Look at how low he gets just before the point of contact. This is where his athleticism comes in. Henderson is a 6'2", 6'3" linebacker, but look how low he gets. You could barely see him. Henderson went unscathed and made the tackle.
Tyler gets the ball again. Oh, he's stacked up.
One thing that I loved about Hollywood is how he finished plays with authority.
To 7. Jaworski on the first down. Hands off.
Henderson is playing a nickel linebacker, Look at how he sidesteps the blocker and meets the running back just outside the gaps.
And off is Jamona. He's taken by Tom Henderson.
Chuck Foreman was a great explosive back on both the ground and in the air. From 1974 to 1978, he had over 4,000 yards receiving and 46 touchdowns. In 1975, he had 691 yards receiving and 9 touchdowns. To play Foreman one-on-one meant utter destruction, except if you was a guy like Henderson. Henderson's 4.4 speed not only kept up with Foreman, he also overran him. Landry even put him in space against athletic tight ends. Because of Hollywood's ability to take away the tight end, Landry was able to play man coverage and allow Waters to roam the field as a strong safety.
You talk combo coverage, what do you mean?
All right, when the tight end releases inside Henderson, the linebacker, then Harris, the free safety, will come over and take him man-to-man, which allows Waters, the strong safety, to go out and help out with his cornerback on the flanker, Ike Harris. And a linebacker has to take Galbraith.
The Bears are in the 3-set alignments with a tight end in the slot. That's Henderson. Look at where he's at. He's at least a yard in front of the player, but look at his phenomenal athleticism. He jumps out of the building and almost intercepts the pass. When it came to screens, they shouldn't even did it because he was just too fast to even allow it to work.
Thomas Henderson, super tackle by Tom Henderson.
Look at this play. Henderson is king on the running back. Now, pause it right there. The ball is in the air, but notice that no one is near the running back. No one is there to challenge him from catching the ball. But Henderson was different.
Throws it out here. Oh, look at the hit on Griffin. Thomas Henderson.
Wow, he came from nowhere. But look at his tenacity and his pursuit of the ball. Legendary stuff right there. Hollywood wasn't just an explosive pass defender.
And they've got themselves in a 3rd and 10.
Look at that blitz coming in there. And that's a delayed blitz, but they can come in there from the left, and boy, does he put it to him. What a hit.
Back to throw it. Look out. That was Henderson blitzing. He got it away, but Archie really got rocked by Thomas Henderson.
And Henderson is home free. That's the kind of way you don't want to make a living, and I think that's why you admire guys.
You start out in that I formation, stay in it. Look out. Hart in trouble, and he got rid of it.
He was one of the best blitzing linebackers of his era. I think this is where Landry didn't utilize him enough. I know it was a different time, but Hollywood was a literal nightmare as a blitzer. He rushed the quarterback with vengeance and violence.
Overthrows Ozzie Newsman, but he paid the price. Look out, Mike. Oh, boy. Kirkland attracts everybody.
Until that play there.
2nd and 9. Rams going on a quick count. Here comes number 56.
Under the pressure of Randy Hughes.
If he had thrown that ball, Thurman was making his move.
Down and 8. Hart is hit as he tries to throw it, fumble.
This play right here happened in the Super Bowl. Henderson must have taken off the moment the ball was hyped because he annihilated the quarterback. My goodness, he was violent. Hollywood was such a phenomenal blitzer that Lawrence Taylor idolized him. The greatest defensive player in history idolized Thomas Henderson. His style, his game. In 1979, Henderson had 6 sacks. That was the most sacks a linebacker ever had in Cowboys history. Hollywood helped the Cowboys attend 2 straight Super Bowls, ultimately attending 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Henderson was a Cowboys legend who changed the league, but no one knew how to use his speed and athleticism, along with the ferociousness and violent pursuit of the ball like Henderson. Prime Henderson was must-watch TV.
Good hang time. Inside the 10, Henderson tipped it back, and they kill it at the 2. Well, Thomas Henderson is the first to tell you that he's a remarkable athlete, and he just proved it.
Not the least bit modest. Hollywood Henderson, 55 yards on the punt. Vaughn Lusby on the fair catch signal. And Henderson has the presence of mind to stay out of the end zone. If his feet touch the end zone, he's a very gifted athlete.
Or TV was must-watch Prime Henderson.
I will find the camera, you know.
Who I think could have been the greatest linebacker in Cowboys history if he didn't have too much Hollywood fun. Until next time, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.